The flickering light of the kerosene lamp cast long shadows across her weathered face as she peered out into the Montana blizzard. Laura Bennett, 46 and widowed for 3 harsh winters, felt a spark she thought had been buried with her husband. The man at her door was bleeding from a shallow knife wound, his coat dusted with snow, his frame lean and hardened by the wild frontier. "Ma'am, please," he rasped, voice like sandpaper on wood. "My horse threw my knee to place to wait out the storm." She should have turned him away. A lone woman on a remote ranch didn't invite strangers in. But those storm-gray eyes held something raw, something that mirrored her own emptiness. "Just till dawn," she muttered, stepping aside. As Tyler Grant crossed the threshold, the wind howled shut behind him. Little did they know, in the next 48 hours, buried secrets would erupt, forbidden passions would ignite, and lives would shatter in ways neither could foresee. Laura's hands trembled as she boiled water on the old wood stove, not from the chill she'd grown numb to, but from him. Tyler moved through her modest cabin like he owned the space, filling the silence with his quiet presence. "Shirt off," she said, avoiding his gaze. "That cut needs tending." He complied without a word, revealing a torso etched with scars, old fights, rough rides, the marks of a drifter who'd seen too much trouble. Her breath hitched. He wasn't just a man, he was a storm in human form. As she cleaned the wound with whiskey, he asked, "You out here by yourself?" 3 years, she replied, her touch steady from years of patching up her late husband. Dan died in a ranch accident thrown from Brock. Tyler winced, not from the sting. "Sorry to hear that." "Me? No ties left." The air thickened as she bandaged him, his warmth seeping into her like forbidden fire. They sat at the scarred pine table, sharing venison stew as the gale raged outside. Laura watched him eat, noting his wary glance sees a man always on guard. "What brings you through this mess?" she probed. "Tracking an old partner," Tyler said, his eyes locking on hers. "You ever know a fella named Cody Bennett?" Her fork slipped, clattering loudly. The name hit like a gut punch. "What did you say?" "Cody Bennett, about 25, sandy hair, eyes like yours. We rode together, herding cattle down in Texas for nigh on a year." "Cody," Laura whispered, her voice cracking. "That's my son. He let out 2 years back for bigger spreads. Haven't heard a peep." Tyler froze. "Your son?" "Last I saw him, he was hale, but we split during a range rustlers hit our camp. I got away, he didn't show." Tears welled in her eyes, a mix of hope and dread. Without thinking, Tyler reached for her hand. "I'll track him down. Owe him that much." In that touch, something cracked in Laura Dam, breaking after years of solitude. The barn was iced over, so she offered the fireside. Tyler unrolled his blanket, staring at the flames while upstairs in the loft, Laura tossed, haunted by thoughts of this man who'd known her boy. Down below, Tyler wrestled his own demons, desiring the mother of his closest trail buddy. It was wrong, twisted, but her strength called to him like a siren's song in the endless plains. Dawn broke gray and unrelenting, the storm pinning them in. Laura descended the ladder, finding Tyler stoking the fire. "Coffee," she offered, studying his rugged profile, the kind that promised adventure and heartbreak. "Tell me about Cody," she urged. Tyler's face softened. "He bragged on you constantly, said his ma was tougher than any cowpoke in Montana. Planned to strike it rich ranching and come back for you." She smiled through tears. "That fool kid. I don't need saving. I need him home." But Tyler's silence grew heavy. "He's ashamed. Our herd got scattered in that fight, we lost it all. He thinks he let you down." Laura's heart twisted. Proud, like his pa. Their eyes met, the air electric with unspoken tension. "Why are you really after him?" she pressed. Tyler's jaw clenched. "My fault those rustlers came. Old bounties on my head caught up. Cody got pulled into my mess." "What kind of mess?" "The kind that leaves bodies in the dust." Their fingers brushed over coffee mugs, sparking heat. "Laura," he murmured. I can't cause Cody said if trouble hit. Tell his ma he loved her. And I had to see the woman who raised a man like that. Her cheeks burned. This was insane. He was her son's age, a fugitive. But when she checked his bandage, their proximity ignited. Tyler, we can't, she breathed. Yet she didn't pull away as his hands cupped her face. The kiss started soft, exploratory, then exploded into years of pent-up longing. She pressed into him, feeling alive for the first time since Dan's grave. Outside, snow piled higher, trapping them. Tension built through the day-stolen looks, lingering touches, conversations veering into dangerous territory. By dusk, Laura donned her best dress, one that hugged her form, drawing Tyler's hungry gaze. She unearthed a bottle of bourbon, saved for nothing special. They sat by the hearth, the liquor loosening barriers. Tell me about Dan, Tyler said. Steady man, safe, she replied, sipping. Not like you. Bad thing. Maybe not. They inched closer, flames dancing in their eyes. Ever wonder if you'd picked Wilder? He asked. The kind who'd drag you into chaos? Or make me feel something real, she admitted. His control shattered. He pulled her in, the kiss fierce, hands roaming. She yielded, exploring his scarred body as he carried her to bed. What followed was raw, passion-tender caresses turning urgent, confessions whispered in the dark. They collided like thunder, defying every rule, knowing it was a sin against Cody, against decency. But guilt clawed at them. We're damned for this, Laura gasped afterward, tracing his chest. Cody'd hate us. Maybe. Tyler held her tight. But feeling alive beats being right sometimes. They tangled again, slower, savoring the stolen bliss as the fire dimmed. Pre-dawn, Tyler dressed quietly. Laura watched from bed, heart aching. Storm's lifting, he said. Got a ride. I know. He sat beside her, pain etched deep. I'll find Cody, bring him or word. Tears fell. And us. Ain't my tale to spin. Tyler rode into the sunrise, vanishing over the snowy ridges as Laura touched the window pane, his warmth fading like a dream. 3 months on, a letter arrived from a Texas marshal. Cody Bennett, killed in a stampede. Enclosed, a pouch of silver coins Cody's, staking a note in familiar scrawl. Laura, he spoke of you to the end. Sorry, he didn't make it. The silver's his for you. Enough to start fresh. He loved you. So did I, T. She wept for her son, for lost futures, for the man who'd rekindled her fire only to vanish. No regrets, though the night had awakened her from numbness. With Cody's silver, Laura sold a ranch, bought a cozy home in Billings. She didn't remarry, but she lived fully volunteering at the church, riding trails, embracing life. On crisp nights, she'd recall gray eyes, bourbon kisses, the thrill of forbidden heat. Tyler had given her that. Proof it wasn't too late to blaze, even briefly. What do you think would you have given in to that passion, knowing the risks? Drop a comment below, sharing your take. Stand your ground, and let me know if Laura was right or reckless. Your opinions keep these stories alive.